It's fair to say that everyone wishes their life was a little bit better. Whether it's a new car, a bigger home, or just a wish to provide the resources for one's children to achieve their dreams. However, not many can say they managed to achieve that goal as well as James Solomon Nance did.
North Carolina native James Solomon Nance was born August 2nd, 1892, and a part of just the second generation of African Americans born after the end of slavery.
However, like for many, North Carolina wasn't able to provide for the Nances in the way that they had hoped for.
Between 1900 and 1910, James and his family would move to Florida searching for economic opportunity. For many African Americans, though, at this time, work in the Deep South was hard to come by, and they would not find this success, largely due to the lack of demand for work.
Without other options, and in search of a better life, James set out to look for employment in other places. Taking a risk, he went north, becoming part of a greater movement.
Many economic opportunities in the South were lacking, and immigration slowed down in the North, leading into the First World War, which left a lot of economic opportunities in northern states for African Americans. The normal demographic at the time for industrial work was the white male, but those being the first sent off to war left many opportunities for others like women and African Americans. During the time, word of many of the economic opportunities in the North would reach back in the South, later causing James and his family to move to Indiana following the war. The move to Western PA wasn't an easy one. Many single African American men would look for multiple jobs and bigger opportunities in the North. Single women, on the other hand, would head straight up north instead. When it came to married couples, the man would usually head up north first to establish a living, and when it was established, he would send money back to help the women move up and follow him. James Nance most likely fit into this demographic. Based on where James's kids were born, it seems that he may have worked in the company town of Lucerne, a part of R&P Coal.
James, like many, would find work in the mines around Indiana. Work in the mines was dangerous. The air itself was at times deadly. It could lack oxygen, leading to suffocation, or it could be easily lit on fire by as little as a match or a machine spark. The worst is what they called stink damp, which we now know as hydrogen sulfide, which not only smelled bad, but it could lead to choking to death. It is flammable, and it was stored in the coal veins that they were mining. Worse yet, when these gases would ignite, the coal dust left by the mining would catch fire as well, causing the fire to spread. And not to mention the risk of a cave-in. It's no wonder why some 18,000 men and boys died in the mines in Pennsylvania between 1877 and 1940. James worked for R&P Coal. He bought a house in 1924, and then, while he was still paying off his home, he bought another in 1929, paying both of them off by 1943. A powerful example of the life he was able to afford is James's hunting jacket. It is just a normal hunting jacket, but it is included in the Indiana Historical Society's collection thanks to James's sons. If you feel like you've heard the name James Nance before today, you most likely have heard about his son, James Jim Solomon Nance Jr., who was an NCAA heavyweight national champion, as well as the fullback for the then Boston Patriots, later known as the New England Patriots. His other son, Gene Arthur Nance, would become a doctor, working in Indiana. Do you think the move to Indiana was worth it for James?
The move to Indiana did seem to be worth it for James, as he claimed ownership to multiple properties while working the mines of R&P coal. During this time, coal mining in Pennsylvania boomed as a livelihood. For an African American male in this period, this opportunity offered stability, which is evident through the lives of his family. His work provided sustainable lives for them, so his move to Indiana did seem to be well worth it.
The jacket is not important, but in the light of what his children accomplished, it serves as a reminder for the life he not only strived for, but also achieved.